Hello again, I am Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 24 Creator Team with Brabham Racing here on the PS5. Tonight, it's the Season 2 finale. We are heading to Marina for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. And we are already prepped and ready to go straight into tonight's race. Let's quickly check our drivers' performance stats, see how they're going to perform tonight. We're going to throw best parts onto both cars. We've kind of already done that, so they're hopefully going to be able to do something. We are going to try and get both in the top 18 again, because we need that cash ready for next season. George's stats, not amazing. He's slightly better in some areas than Ricciardo's. He has lost that extra little step that he had in terms of enthusiasm for the last few Grand Prix, and has not been quite as quick. And of course, he's had a pretty bad car for the last couple of Grand Prix in particular. He's been knocked out of qualifying in Q1 3 times in the last 4 races. So hopefully we can do a little better for him tonight. We'll see how that goes. How you doing, Wally? How you doing, Farah? Good to see you. It's the Charles Leclerc celebratory stream. Yes, the Drivers' Championship was wrapped up last night at Qatar. Charles Leclerc beat out Lewis Hamilton for the Drivers' Championship. Not a great result for Hamilton in the end last night. Didn't do amazingly in the sprint because he qualified really badly. Managed to find his way back up, I think, to 5th in the end. But then in the race, despite starting reasonably strongly, had a problem with his engine. Couldn't keep pace. And Leclerc, in the end, not only won the race, but got the fastest lap as well and put it beyond doubt. And made it mathematically impossible, winning the title by 34 points with just 26 remaining in tonight's race. Of course, it's been an amazing season for Ferrari. They wrapped up the Constructors' Championship several races ago, but there is still a fight to be watched over, and that is the fight between Williams and Aston Martin. Both teams tied on 17 points. If either of them can get an extra point, that could be critical for them. Williams to confirm they will stay in 8th. Aston Martin way down in 9th. Need that point to get back up into 8th place. So it's not been an amazing season for either. Williams have done okay with a bad car, mainly because they've got Max Verstappen, who's been scoring their points. It's been a pretty anonymous season for Pierre Gasly. But Aston Martin with the driver lineup of Stoffel, Van Dorn, and who is the second driver? I forget. Stoffel and Hulkenberg. Yeah, Hulkenberg scoring the bulk of their points, 15 for him, just 2 for Stoffel. So definitely, actually Gasly there you can see. I said he had an anonymous season. He had a couple of good results, but generally he's been outperformed, but he did score those crucial 12 points for Williams. So, yeah, we shall see how things go. How you doing, Victor? How you doing, Army? Good to see you guys. Hello to everyone else lurking in the chat as well. Please do feel free to say hello. Let's get ourselves jumped into tonight's race then. We are going to go with 18th for both just because we need the money, and with the fact that we put the upgrades back onto George's car for this final race, we should hopefully be able to get him up there.
The season draws to a close here with the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. The man-made Yas Island plays host to hotels, leisure parks, and just over 3 miles of Grand Prix circuit. The race runs from day to night every year with 600 million lumens of floodlights paving the way once the sun sets. It was Charles Leclerc who tasted victory in the last race, but he will surely be looking to find the recipe for success again and achieve another podium place. Now let's get the weekend underway.
Right, let's take a look at what we've got in the way of old parts. We're down to just 47% now on Ricardo's engine. That's not great. We can use that ERS, and we should have a gearbox that we can use. Yes, we do. There we go. We are going to run a rookie and hope that he doesn't crash the car. Let's see. We're going to go with 28 laps of fuel, just in case we do get it right. I don't think we will. This is one of those circuits where the setup window is massively fluctuating. Let's put Jack in for this car. We'll get some soft tyres on for this first stint. We'll put Christian Mansell in for this one. F3 champion. Evening, Patkins. Again, we'll overfuel just in case we get a good result on the setup. Let's do the spare parts. We'll go with 57% engine. We'll go with that ERS. Let's go with that gearbox. There we go. So now we need to get the car set up. I can never remember a good starting point for this circuit. I'm just going to go with something like that, I think, to see where that shakes out. Go with a 5.5, go with an 11, 7.3. Let's push that all the way up. Let's bring that all the way down. And we'll see which one is closer.
Green light.
So, speaking of rookies in Abu Dhabi, there was talk of a sprint race being added to the calendar for the rookies, like a 25th race kind of thing at Abu Dhabi. And it was hoped it might squeeze in at the end of this year. It's not going to, but it was expected that it was going to take place next year. From next year, the teams still want to do it, but it's been decided to hold it back until the 2026 season. I'm guessing with the regulation changes. I don't know why they're not doing it at the end of next season, especially considering at the end of next season, those cars get written off in the sprint, in that rookie sprint race at the end of the year. Doesn't matter. They're never going to get used ever again. It's going to be a completely different car. Not even like a little evolution of the car. It's a completely new rule set. So I don't know why we're not doing it next season, but apparently they're waiting until 2026. Bit of a shame, because opportunities for young drivers to get any kind of mileage in an F1 car is so limited. But yeah, it will happen eventually, just not anytime soon.
Tyre temps are still low.
So, what other rookies are running? Let's see. Let's just slow time down a bit
How's the balance?
so the leaderboard doesn't keep changing on us. Setup satisfaction for Jack
Okay, understood.
is 4%. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, that is, I think, possibly the worst setup I've ever done. I know I've had like a 7 or an 8 before. I don't think I've ever been as low as 4%. Oh, my word. Wow, we're off everywhere, aren't we? All right, so let's go with a 12. Let's bring that down a little bit. Well, actually, no, it might need to go back up again. We'll see. Let's swing the roll bar all the way over there. Let's bring that all the way down. Push that all the way up to about there. Put that back to about there. I'm going to go with it. Should have just left it at default, really, shouldn't I? Let's try that. Let's see how that works. All right, let's take a look at the rest of the rookies that are running. So, first rookie is Fudo Fujii, running for Red Bull. Kimi Antonelli is in for Mercedes. Colapinto getting a run out in the Haas. Ollie Behrman in the Ferrari, and is that it? Yeah, that's it. Pretty quiet night for the rookies. A couple of penalties to be applied. I guess we're seeing some cars with newer parts. Where is Behrman? So, they have not changed Hamilton's engine. Still got a dodgy engine.
Surface temperatures currently looking quite low. Just say what you'd like on the balance.
43%. It's bad, but it's nowhere near as bad as Jack's was. That was abysmal. Right, that's not too far off. Bring that down like that. Let's stick with the 4.6. Let's bring that back. Whack that all the way up. We'll give it a go. How you doing, Dino? Oh, and the engine's got worse, or has it?
I've got no power.
Yeah, it has. So that means they will probably replace that engine now. We'll have to keep an eye on that. See if that orange exclamation mark disappears. Exclamation mark disappears when Hamilton gets in the car for FP2. Because if it does, it means they've swapped it out, and that will almost certainly mean a grid drop. Van Dorn's engine
Everything okay?
issue also looks to have escalated.
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like they've developed a fault.
Not sure which part it is for Van Dorn. Let's have a quick look. Oh, this is gearbox. So he'll need a new gearbox. Absolutely, he'll need a new gearbox for tonight's race if he wants to have any chance of getting that extra point for Aston Martin. We've got a feedback for doing. It's only 55%. Still not great, but it's a big improvement on 4%. Of course, the fight between Williams and Aston, not the only thing to be decided tonight. One other thing is who will be driving in car 1 for us next season. Will it be Daniel Ricciardo or will it be Oscar Piastri? We are waiting on his contract response. Oh, puncture for Stroll. Oh, yeah. Tyre pops on corner entry there. How has he managed that? What were his tyres at? How long had he been on them? He'd only just been on them as well. How has he managed to puncture his tyres that soon? Look at that. They were 97, 95, 93, and then he just popped his tyre on the inside of the curb. That's bizarre. I don't think I'd ever seen a tyre puncture without a collision with it having that much life in it. That's crazy. Eyes are very dead. You've only got to do a couple more laps.
How's the tyre?
Stroll finds a way. When it comes to destroying cars, Stroll finds a way. Come on, Christian, you can just hang out for another lap or two, surely. There we go. Now we'll call you in.
Check.
86, so improved.
Yeah, roger that.
66% for doing so. We've improved again, but still a long way off. We are finally narrowing the window down. I don't think it could be 11.5, surely not. Maybe. Maybe it is. don't think it is. It can't be, I don't think. All right, we'll go with that. Oh, wow. That's a 13. I am really confused what's going on with the difference in the two cars here. It's a little extreme. Hopefully we can nail it down a lot more in the next section, because they are very, very fluctuating. All right, main driver's back in the car. We'll go with the mediums in this session. We'll whack a load of extra fuel in, but we'll expect to box them for changes. And then hopefully we can run them all the way to the flag in the next session on the hard tyres.
Okay, that's a green light.
Focus on the brakes a bit.
Copy.
Stay off the curbs.
Understood. How's the balance?
79%. Again, we are not close. Oh dear, what is going on? So that is a 5-5. Okay. All right. We're getting somewhere. Slowly but surely, we are finding where we need to be. We need to run Ricardo pretty much for the rest of the session now, so I've got to hope that these changes are good, and then if necessary, we'll make changes between this session and the next one. Come on, George, be good, be good, be good. %. Okay, that's getting closer.
Yeah, A-firm.
That is something I can fix. Hopefully that's it. Hamilton's exclamation mark has gone, as has Van Dorn's. So it looks like they are going to be running new parts. We'll check that for just a second. Just get George out. There we go. Yeah, Hamilton's got a penalty. So that means new engine for Lewis Hamilton. 3-place penalty in qualifying. No, wait. It's engine change. That'll be at least 5, might be 10. But he will have a brand new engine tonight. Stoffel running that new gearbox. So again, 5-place or 10-place penalty, depending on whether it's his first or second replacement. Oh my God, we're still at 88%.
Everything's pretty stable. Nice one, guys.
Understood.
Well, I need to keep him out there. I need the time on the track. Ricardo's car just does not want to be set up, does it? We haven't hit 90% at all yet on that car.
Feedback on the car?
97 for George, but in the optimal window. That's good enough for this session.
Copy that.
Just going to be the front wing that needs to be tweaked.
That's the
And there's the flag, and we've got 44% track time with our drivers. There we go. And maybe even a little bit more by the time they get back. Yeah, 44%. So that's excellent. Right, what is still wrong on this car? The roll bar, that's a 4.6. The toe, that needs to change. All right, those two changes with the camber like that could be it. We'll have to hope it is. Run plan, we need to run the whole session, so let's go 38 laps of fuel. We'll be on the hard tyres, there we go. And for George, it's just the front wing that needs to change. We'll go up to a 4. We'll pull that back like that. We'll leave that there. I think I might have to pull that down, but I want to leave it there just in case. If we're off by 1%, that's an easy fix. We know exactly which way the toe needs to go. If I go there and it's off by 1%, then again, we have to go back up, but we'll play it by ear. We'll go with that. Just for the sake of safety. Again, hard tyres, we are good to send them out.
Green light.
no curbs.
Okay.
Am I starting the new season tomorrow? Yes, I am. Season 3 will start tomorrow night. Then you'll have to wait all weekend for round 2. Come on, give me those 100% setups. Ah,
Okay.
97. Well, that's close enough.
Okay, understood.
It's in the optimal window, which is excellent. So, what about George? Did we get it right for George? Or are we at 99%? 99%. I knew
See
it.
what you'd like
I
on
knew it.
the fronts.
But at least we can fix that. That's easy. So, they're running for the rest of this session just to get their track knowledge up to 100. I might not change Ricardo. I might just leave him at 97. Depending on what it is that needs to change and how obvious it is in which direction it needs to go. But it would be nice to finish the season with both cars on a 100%. Let's see how many penalties we are going to have today. We know Hamilton's got one, Tsunoda's got one, Stoffel's got one. No, Stoffel does not have a penalty. He must have had another gearbox. Alonso has a penalty. So just those 3. Alonso, what's he running that needs to get him penalised? New engine. Potentially new everything, looking at that car. But I think just the new engine. There we go. That's that car sorted. Let's take a look at Ricardo. It's not clear. So, yeah, we're not going to mess. We'll leave it as is. And there we go. Practice is done for the final time in Season 2. Let's get ready for the final qualifying of Season 2.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Drivers are able to defend well during races at Abu Dhabi, preventing rivals from gaining easy positions. Setting a good grid position during qualifying is fundamental as a result.
Esteban Ocon there, Karun. What's the feeling around him at the moment?
They were looking pretty sharp in practice and setting good lap times, so they're probably feeling fairly confident now. But a good practice time doesn't always guarantee a strong qualifying outcome.
There's not much left to say, so let's get into it.
Alright, only a 47% engine. It's not ideal, but hopefully we'll be fine. The ERS will be fine, and so will the gearbox. There we go. Moving over to George. Go with a 62% engine. A 92% ERS, and the 86 gearbox. There we go. And let's send them out.
Green light.
Once again, I do not think we'll be able to score points tonight. That's not the objective. The objective is simply to get our drivers, both of them, into the top 18 to get the money from the sponsors. If we can do better than that, that's fantastic. If we get points, that would be amazing. But say our main objectives tonight, get the maximum amount of money we can from our sponsors and try and score some more points in the pit stop challenge to improve our finances from DHL. That's it. Not a very exciting conclusion to the season for us, but we did all the hard work earlier in the year, and now we're just kind of hosting, I suppose, with a car that is very much outdated against the rest of the grid now.
Good gap in front. Let's go.
So I'm not expecting miracles.
All clear ahead. Good to go.
Ricardo quicker in the first sector. That I didn't expect. George quicker in the middle sector than I did expect. Right, is the McLaren going to get in the way? Hopefully it will start picking up any second now. There we go. Norris starts his flying lap, so we won't get held up. We will get a clean exit through the final sector for Ricardo. And it's a 122.7. Let's see what George can do. A 122.5. There we go.
And we will box end of this lap.
Copy.
We are going to send them straight back out again.
Daniel, pit lane.
Try and set an improved time while their confidence is still buzzing
Okay. Stop on the
from
marks.
their first laps. Or it bleeds away too much. We have a yellow flag.
But
It's a
this is what
Giovinazzi lockup.
happened. It's the Red Bull driver. Things look fine here.
That's on his flying lap as well, I believe.
The wheels just lock up there.
Oh yeah,
They're
big
just
lockup.
unable to do much about it.
So not a competitive first run for Giovinazzi. He's going to be way off the pace. And they see 8 seconds off the pace. Confidence still dribbling away bit by bit. It's still higher than it was when they did their first run. Bit crowded on the track now.
And drive straight out, drive straight out.
We are 8/10. Oh no, 1.2 seconds now behind Leclerc, who's just set a blisteringly quick time.
Good gaps ahead of everyone. Good to go.
Potential traffic here for George. Yep. Not ideal for George in the first sector there. Hopefully he can find some improvement in the middle and the final sectors. No problems for Ricciardo. He's on a good lap. No improvement in the middle either for George, so he's not likely to improve now. Ricciardo rounding the last couple of corners. And he improves by 0.4 of a second.
So this is P7. I can recharge on and box this lap.
Okay, understood.
And George was 0.3 of a second slower. Let's prep another set of tyres just in case. Oh yeah, we're going to need another set of tyres. Sonoda spins.
Okay, yeah.
That Alonso in front of us. No, it's Joe. So we've got both Alpines in front of us. Oh, well, maybe George will get a good slipstream.
We should do some work on the brakes.
Copy.
Just through the outlap.
Okay, tyres are reaching the upper end of the temperature window. Tyre temperatures have been good.
Oh, look at that. Ricciardo is just 1/100th of a second quicker than Joe.
We're happy with the temps. So we've got 8 seconds of clear air ahead. Good to go.
No improvement in the first for Danny Ricciardo. George finds an improvement. Evening, Mike. Ricardo has found an improvement in the middle. Are we going to throw it up the inside here? Do we go purple in the middle sector? That's the power of that slipstream there. It's going to be a scrappy final sector. Ricardo coming up to the last corner now. Can he get back into the top 16? No, he can't. Can George get into the top 16? Yes, he can. So Ricardo will start P18, maybe P19, based on what Van Dorn does, or Gasly for that matter. Gasly's boxing. There's Stoffel. I might start my third season tonight. No, tomorrow. This is the season finale tonight. Stoffel goes through, so Ricardo 19th. But George has made it out of Q2, into Q2 for only the second time in the last 5 races. We will be getting prepped for the season. We'll be going all the way up to December 31st tonight. Still not got 24 yet. Is it worth getting? There are bugs. There are still quite a few bugs in the game, unfortunately. I mean, gameplay wise, it's definitely better, but it is less stable than the previous entry in terms of whether or not it's going to break something.
Copy.
You're going to go and see Gladiator 2 tomorrow night. I don't know what to think about that film. There's going to be very little historical accuracy in that movie at all. I've seen some very negative reviews about it as well. So I don't know if I won't go and watch it at cinema. I'm not paying like £17 to go and see it. But I will probably check it out at some point if it comes on a streaming service. First one's one of your favourites. Yeah, I love the first movie as well. $20 for 2 tickets, that's not bad. All right, another run on Scrubs.
So that's currently P14.
Okay.
Oscar down and out of position in 15th there. Leclerc in 12th on an outlap now. We'll go out behind Sonoda. Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of Denzel. I just don't know whether I don't know whether the casting has been done right. You know, they couldn't bring back Russell Crowe. Well, no, I mean, one, he's too old and fat for the role now, and two, they killed him in the first movie. Training Day, Deja Vu, Man on Fire, Bone Collector. Yeah, they're all great films. I do like The Bone Collector. Or Oliver Reed. They could have brought back Omid Jalili.
Good to go.
Omar Jalili. Have I seen The Hurricane? I don't think so. No. I'm going to Google quickly Denzel movies, just because there are more that I know I've seen, but I can't remember what they're called off the top of my head. The Equalizer, I saw the first Equalizer. American Gangster, he was fantastic in American Gangster. Book of Eli is one of my favourite movies. I love that movie. Philadelphia was a great movie. He played the lawyer in that one, didn't he? Taking a Pelham 123. I really do like that movie as well. So George improves his time, but stays P16 in the end. Piastri, I think, is out. Is he on a hot lap? Yes, he is. He's on a hot lap. And he goes top. He's very much through. Hamilton currently out. Is he on a hot lap? He is. He's had some traffic. Remember, Hamilton's got a grid penalty. So, potentially down 10 places. Who was the person asking me about the Equalizer? No one. I was going through his films. I saw the Equalizer and said that, you know, I really enjoyed that film. Hamilton does get through up into P5, so he will get another chance. Leclerc only just through at the moment. Is anybody on a flying lap? No. So Leclerc has made it through. It'll be a little embarrassing to win the championship and then get knocked out in Q2 the very next race. And it is Ocon who puts it on pole. Leclerc is second from Norris, then Giovinazzi in fourth. Where's that come from? Then it's Oscar Piastri. Hamilton in sixth place with 5 to 10 place penalty, potentially. So could be 11th, would be 10th because of Tsunoda's penalty. Could be all the way down in 15th, 16th. Sergio Perez in 7th, then Tsunoda with his penalty. Bottas, and then Hulkenberg. Then Van Dorn, Pourchaire, Stroll, Fittipaldi, Sainz, Russell. Alonso's all the way at the back of the grid, so his penalty's not going to affect anybody apart from his teammate, who's going to move up one place. But this is really good for Aston Martin because they're going to have both of their cars in the top 10.
Only 58 laps stand between the drivers and the checkered flag as they prepare to duel it out under the lights here in Abu Dhabi.
Yes, Marina has played host to a fair few title-deciding races, such as 2016 when Lewis Hamilton secured the top podium spot, only for Mercedes teammate Nico Rosberg to claim second and secure his maiden World Championship.
There's a reason why the Yas Marina circuit is used as a test track. The long straights put engine power through its paces, while the twists and bends make medium-speed downforce just as important at this challenging circuit. Tension continues to build here as race day begins.
All right, then let's take a look at strategy. I think I might do this tonight. Ricciardo's looking like he could go. Yeah. We'll go soft, medium, soft. And we'll do the same with George. A little tighter for George. So let's go soft, medium, medium. Take out 2 laps of fuel. We want to hopefully be good in terms of first lap, but we'll see.
Well, it's great to have you with us, folks, as we settle in for the weekend's Grand Prix action. Time for Oscar Piastri to show what he can do.
Starting P5 gives them a great position off the line.
Will this be his final race in the McLaren? Will he be joining us next season? Will somebody put the missing part of his car back on?
This should
Who
certainly
knows?
be a good one, folks.
It wasn't me trying to sabotage his car to convince him to come over. Honest.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
Mixture of softs and hards at the front of the grid. Mediums are 8th and 11th right now. 8th and 10th. It's not been a good first. Oh, Hamilton was all the way down in 20th. Wow, Hamilton must have been right near the back of the grid. Where is Alonso? Alonso's in 18th. Okay, so Hamilton's going to be charging his way through the field. Can we stick with him? Russell in P14 at the moment, ahead of Max. But yeah, not a great start for Daniel Ricciardo, down a couple of places. Where is my car now? Just exiting the second chicane, going through to the end of Sector 2, the big bank corner. You meant ranking on the grid. I know. Worst car on the grid, as it has been for most of the season.
DRS enabled.
But now it really is a terrible car.
Car ahead of you is Alonso. 0.9. Car behind is Hamilton.
Overtake available.
Sorry.
Overtake available.
Understood.
Ricardo about to get overtaken by Hamilton.
Okay. Alrighty.
Still plenty of opportunities.
George, recommend we start bringing the battery back up.
Fastest lap for Oscar in third. Ocon leads from Norris, then Piastri. Leclerc in fourth, and Giovinazzi's already 2.5 seconds behind.
Overtake available.
Copy.
Chance for George here to get a move done on Fittipaldi, get himself up into 13th. Slots up the inside. Got the battery and the better traction.
Nice job.
Ricardo now going to make a move on Zhou. Get back into 19th.
Ahead of 1.8.
There we go. As Hamilton's trying to put the moves to Alonso in front of us.
Good job. Let's keep going.
Damn it. Fittipaldi got back in front. It's annoying.
Charge the pack.
We can't keep pace with the group in front at the moment. As Hamilton makes the move on Alonso, and there goes Zhou.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Understood.
So let's keep this up.
One of my plans for next season.
Currently, P13.
In what way? I mean, driver's livery, etc. Well, we've offered Oscar a contract, so we'll wait to see if he accepts. If he does, that'll be replacing Ricardo. If not, we'll be sticking with Ricardo and Russell. Can't buy Russell out of his contract because it's going to cost me the GDP of a small country. So. A lock-up for Carlos.
Now we'll
livery's already planned.
Here. Nothing at this
It's been
point.
sitting in the can for a little while.
The brakes couldn't cope, but that's just the risk you take. The later you leave it.
And there's Ricardo up into 18th 18th. 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 How much is Verstappen's contract buyout? I don't know if he has a contract buyout. I stupidly put a very big one on George's contract to stop someone from poaching him from me. And now it's going to cost me like 80 million to pay him out, I think. Oh, your Verstappen's is 800 million. What? Okay, yeah, no, that's silly. You should have put a clause in that meant if someone did try and poach him, you would be absolutely rolling in the money.
Good job.
Be able to, you know, pump a whole massive fortune into your team. I overdid it with George. I do regret putting in such a big,
Yep. This is my pace.
buyout clause.
We think there's still opportunities
We
here.
are 19th with Ricardo right now, P13, and falling away. Would you get that money? You should do now. Before the patch, you wouldn't have done, but you should get it now. Hamilton's up to 15th, right behind Fittipaldi. There he is. He's going to be punching his way through, and hopefully we can stay with him when he does come through, because he's going to get through. He's going to get by us as well. And then that will hopefully just drag us a little bit closer to Lawson. But I'm not holding my breath. We are not really doing what we need to with Ricardo at the moment, pace-wise. Let's take a look at tyres. Sonoda's tyres taking a bit of punishment, as are the mediums. Sorry, the softs of Alonso.
Yes, DRS.
We haven't pushed our tyres. We have a little bit in reserve, but I don't really want to use it yet.
Not like the right.
Verstappen behind you now.
Oh, and Hamilton's been caught and passed by Max. Max sneaking his way through.
This is good. Up ahead, 4.8.
We need to start putting some battery back into these cars, I think. Russell's at the front of a train, so he can't really do that, but we can do it here with Ricardo.
Yep, understood.
Russell in peak confidence, despite getting overtaken by Fittipaldi, because he's been overtaking straight back again every time he's been passed. Ricardo looking pretty healthy,
Lewis
confidence-wise.
far behind.
And there goes Russell back through on Fittipaldi again.
Okay, good job. Gap 5.5.
Recharge on.
Understood.
How's the tyre doing?
Yeah, everything's pretty stable at the moment.
Overtake available.
Understood.
Let's see what pace you can do.
Can And we move up a place here. Fittipaldi gets in front of us again. And Hamilton gets us now. We are late on the brakes. Almost hit the back of the two Alpines there.
Car behind now, Verstappen.
And we'll get them both. Beautiful stuff from Ricciardo. He's back into 18th.
Stop. Next
And look at the queue that's forming behind us and Enzo. On the plus side, it has allowed us to get Ricciardo back into the DRS very, very quickly.
Use the overtake button.
See if I can drop the two Alpines.
Overtake will be available.
And Ricciardo moves up to P17. Can we get Verstappen as well? We've got the slipstream of Hamilton. We're up the inside and we are through. Lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
And we're keen to pick up the management.
Copy.
Key thing is to keep the tyre in good shape. Keep the tyre in good shape.
Okay.
recharge on is
So
good.
this is turning into a bit of a disastrous race for Lewis because he can't get through.
Pack is low.
If he can get past Enzo and get a clear run at us, he will then start to scamper away. But it's been tricky making progress through the field.
Okay, Daniel, recharge on, please.
Enzo's going to make the move on us again. And there we go. Hamilton has got through, or has he? No, he hasn't. And we should now get back past Enzo again, and that will once again frustrate Hamilton.
0.4, this has DRS.
And he ends up stuck behind Enzo again.
This is good.
This is the downside when you're in a DRS train like this, of being the car in third place in the train. Because the front two end up swapping places and you just keep getting shot out. We'll make sure Ricciardo has a chance to close us back up.
Yeah, 0.4. George, recommend we start bringing the battery back up.
Hope we got the DRS. I think we might have got it. This isn't really doing our race any favours either by constantly just squabbling with Fittipaldi. We kind of need Hamilton to get through and use his pace to push us up the order a little bit. And there we go. This time, Hamilton is through, and now he's got the run he needs on Fittipaldi. And this should now pick up the pace of this group.
Recharge on.
7 seconds, 6.5 seconds behind Lawson. Let's see if the train starts to pick up speed and hunt that gap down. Can't see Fittipaldi being able to keep pace with Lewis for too long. He's doing a good job at the moment, though.
Okay.
And overtake is available.
Copy.
Use deploy.
Yep, understood.
Okay, Daniel, recharge on is good.
Understood.
Yeah, you do get DRS.
Yeah, copy.
Recharge.
Yep, understood.
And Enzo gets back in front. But the gap has come down. Look, it's now just 5 seconds. So 1 lap of Hamilton being at the front has closed the gap by 1.5 seconds.
Just give us some tyre feedback.
Hamilton's going to be boxing any moment. Another lap or two. Look at the state of Enzo's tyres, considering they're hard. So he's been pushing them so hard that they're wearing at the same rate as our softs.
Recharge on.
Okay.
I think we just gapped Max. So this little train's starting to break apart now.
Okay.
Max did not get the DRS.
Has DRS.
Body recharge on.
Yep, understood.
He will this time, though. And the gap to Lawson now down to 3.5 seconds. We're still 2 seconds off the back of this little breakaway here, though, and falling further and further behind.
Make sure we get the pack back.
Charge the pack.
Yep.
Still doing more than we need to at the moment. We are 15th and 16th. We need 17th and 18th as a minimum. And we have a yellow flag. And that is Fittipaldi. Big lock-up for
Now,
Enzo.
this was the Sauber. Nothing wrong so far. Struggling with the car. And hopefully there's not too much damage to the tyres.
He manages to block us, look, annoyingly, when he rejoins. Oh God, we're getting swallowed up by everybody.
Yeah, copy, all good.
Let's try and retake a place or two.
No, that we're driving as fast as possible.
We at least get back in front of Sonoda.
Yeah, good job. Verstappen just ahead of yourself.
And Valtteri's into the pits. I think he's the first driver to box. Hamilton coming in now as well. Mediums going on.
We are ready for you.
Fittipaldi's coming in as well. And Alonso. Soft tyres for Enzo.
Overtake is available.
Okay.
Sonoda has DRS.
Behave up.
Right, let's get into management.
Lando's in. Leclerc leads by 3 seconds. Ricciardo starting to break away a little bit, although Bottas, having just stopped, will start to close that gap down pretty quickly.
So happy to drop a little bit of management. So let's start closing up that gap.
Lawson's into the pits, as is Zhou. I may yet go one more lap. I haven't decided yet. You see Valtteri's already caught Ricciardo. He's going to do 2 more laps so we can up his tyre pace a bit.
You can start pushing.
Copy.
Recharge button on.
Roger.
Pack is high.
Yeah.
Recharge off. Recharge off.
Yep, understood.
Yeah, I think we'll go one more lap with George.
Box.
Copy, box.
Let's try and push up.
And Yuki Box is from behind us. Oh, there is a little bit more F1 news for you as well. I completely forgot. Dan Fallows is leaving Aston Martin. Now having a bit of a reshake, a bit of a shake-up, a reworking of their technical staffing ahead of the new season. And Dan Fallows has paid the price for a poor season.
As you can manage, please.
Copy.
So it'd be interesting to see where he ends up.
Yeah, understood.
Ocon is in. He's gone mediums. And in comes George. Right, can we get a good stop? Really want to get a good haul of points in the DHL competition tonight. 2.4, that's not too bad. Probably not quick enough.
Just keep an eye
We
on
are
the
expecting at least one of our stops to be a disaster tonight, given how tired our pit crew is.
Yep, understood.
And next car now is Sonoda. Gap ahead of 1.7.
Max going another lap or two, I would imagine. Sainz will be boxing this lap. And Perez is in. Hamilton is in 16th place. Stuck behind Lawson right now. And
Daniel,
in
pit
we
lane.
come. Max gets into the top 10. Let's see, where is Van Dorn? Van Dorn currently 17th. Where's Hulkenberg? Hulkenberg's in 5th place. Looks like Aston are going to beat Williams. 2.5 second stop. Yeah, well, it's clean. It's not quick, though. I wouldn't mind if we make mistakes as long as we get at least one quick time. Like, super quick time. I want points. We're going to come out right in between the... Oh, no, right behind the two Alpines. There is George, I think, in the background. Yep, there he is.
Overtake is available.
Charles Leclerc is in from the lead, and he's gone onto a set of soft tyres. Where's he going to feed out? Should get out just in front of Norris. Maybe. It's going to be tight. Oh, there they are. There's the two McLarens. So he's held position against the McLarens. And Ocon is behind the McLaren, so really good first stint there for Charles Leclerc. The reigning champion looking to kick off his title defence of sorts with another win.
Happy with temps.
Copy.
And happy to pick up the pushing level.
Sainz looking very, very aggressive behind us. I doubt we'll keep him behind. But we'll try.
Sainz has DRS.
If I can just get onto the back of Ricciardo. Here comes Carlos. We'll squeeze him out. Get the power down. We've almost got the two back together. A little out of position at the moment because we went longer than most cars on that first stint. Not overly concerned about that at the moment.
Okay, so we just need to get into that management.
Copy.
George, recommend we start bringing the battery pack up.
Yeah, agree.
There we go. And we have actually managed to drop sights. Or have we?
Gap ahead, 0.6.
Don't think he got the DRS.
Sainz, car behind. Gap 1 second. Charge the pack.
Yeah, copy.
Overtake available.
Okay, understood.
Evening, Clark.
Copy.
Max boxes. Last time he's going to have the number 1 on his car for a while. He'll be back to number 33 next season. And Gasly is in as well, so the Williams car's way off the pack at the moment.
Copy.
Yeah, recharge on is good. Focus on recharge.
Understood.
We'll have overtake available.
And now we're back in our target spots of 17th and 18th.
Yeah, he did get DRS.
New fastest lap for Charles Leclerc. It's immediately taken away from him by Esteban Ocon. Who gets past Norris and is now up into second. Giovinazzi finally makes his pit stop. He's gone soft, so a 2-stop for him. It's going to be 2 stops for pretty much everybody tonight, I think. We may see the odd 3-stop here and there, but I don't think that's likely. Leaders a long way ahead of us. We are currently 51 seconds with George behind the leaders, 50 with Ricardo.
DRS.
Yeah, copy.
This time George should get the move done.
So we're happy with this level of management.
Yeah,
Get a thumbnail. Let's check driver confidence. So peak confidence and oh yeah, definitely needs to get a couple of overtakes in. Been ahead for a while. His confidence has bled away a little bit. So we'll leave them to it. There's a couple of different options for tonight.
yeah.
2.7 kilos underfueled at the moment. Almost half distance. Going to get lapped, I think. So we can take a good chunk of fuel off for that. Actually check at the start. I think it's 1.8 kilos around here. Let's go back to setup and have a look. Yeah, 1.8 kilos for a lap. So we're pretty good. We only need to find about 9/10 of a kilo, which we'll probably find just through general racing. And of course, if we do get a safety car, then we'll actually end up with fuel to spare. Science is trying to interject himself into our little fight.
How long can you ride it?
Really good looking stats there for Daniel
Understood.
and for George. So I can imagine what they could do with a Mercedes, let alone a McLaren or a Ferrari or a Red Bull with stats like that. Hopefully next season we shall see. Giovinazzi gets the fault.
But the car's definitely not happy.
Has DRS.
Understood.
Use overtake. Good job. Car ahead is Sainz now. Let's go get him.
Can we get the move done on Enzo here into the banking?
Gap to Sainz 1.7.
No, we can't, but that's not surprising. Enzo had not only got the DRS, same as us, but also had the slipstream of Ricciardo in front to help hold us back.
Just give us some feedback.
We'll start stretching our legs a little bit now.
Higher than good. Yeah, copy.
How's the tyre?
Highway's looking good. I might yet be able to put George on as a softs at the end.
Stable. Stable with that bit of deck.
Sainz has come alive. He's punching his way up the order now. Look, having been stuck behind us for a long time, he's now fighting over 15th place with Zhou and gets it at the second time of asking. Bit of a gap then to Tsunoda and Van Dorn. And there's Ricciardo on the back of that little group now.
Recharge on is good.
And we will try and punch George through on the next lap. As Alonso starting to close us down, as is Verstappen.
Overtake will be available.
Yeah, copy.
Good job.
There we go. Peak confidence again for George, just.
3.1.
Recharge on.
And Alonso's through on Fittipaldi already as well. His tyres, his tyres are dead. Fittipaldi is in. So this is his second stop. What tyres is he going on to? He started on the hards, I think. He's going another set of softs, and they will not do 28 laps. So this is going to be a 3-stop then for Fittipaldi.
Charge the pack.
Giovinazzi's ERS still an issue.
Yeah, 1.5. Keep your head down.
Hamilton fighting with Hulkenberg over 9th. Takes it. So Aston now down into 10th place, but that's still the 1 point they need to move ahead of Williams.
Ahead, 1.6. The car directly behind you is Alonso. Gap behind 2.0. 1.6.
Just about broken Alonso's spirit there. That gap's gone back up to 3 seconds now. After he pushed for a couple of laps to try and stay with us. We have now left him behind. Trying to get George and Ricciardo back together again. Don't really have any battery left for George, unfortunately. That's why I've got Ricciardo in harvest. He's lost the back of Zhou and Sainz while I'm trying to get these two together. Do not want to lose too much ground to the cars in front of us while we're doing this. Is Bottas having a great race, or is he out of sync? He's having a great race. The Sauber's definitely picked up in the last few Grand Prix. You know, he's regularly been qualifying in the top 10, bottom end of the top 10, but he's been getting there.
Pack is high.
Okay.
George is almost there. Max gets back in front of Alonso. Hamilton's still behind Hulkenberg. Lawson's pretty close as well. It's not safe for Hulkenberg. It's not just Hamilton. Lawson's bringing Porsche with him as well. So Aston may yet not score any points. They can't really rely on Van Dorn. I'll be curious to see if he retains his seat next year.
1.1.
We won't find out until tomorrow. Oh, we're so close. We're so close. There we go.
George, recommend we start bringing the battery pack up.
Copy.
And we have a yellow flag. Ooh. It's a spin. That was Zhou, I think.
Okay.
You'll see us go through.
Yeah, I spun.
There we go. And Lewis is in. Going for an undercut. What tyres is he going to stick on? Hard tyres. That will take him to the end. That was a very quick stop. So with that quick stop and the undercut, that's a chance for Hamilton to jump up at least a place. Getting to 9th on paper. Maybe even jump Perez as well. Maybe even Valtteri, depending on how long they stay out for.
We're ready for you.
Copy.
Couple of laps left, I think, for a couple of those cars.
Copy.
Yeah, copy.
Gap 0.8.
Piastri pit stop. Hard tyres, good stop. Very quick, very smooth. refill George's battery before the stops. But I do need to up our pace a little bit.
Gap 0.9.
Copy.
And Norris is in. Hard tyres for Lando.
Okay.
Hulkenberg is in as well. So this is critical for Hulkenberg, and we have a yellow flag. Is that going to be a DSC or a safety car? No, it's just Tsunoda running a little
Let's
bit
have a
wide.
look as we go into the 13th corner. Oh, and they need to be watching those track limits. They've got to be careful and watch the car there.
Van Dorn is holding up Lewis at the moment, so he's doing his teammate a favour. Now, can Hulkenberg get out in front of Lewis? I don't think so. They're going through the corner now. They're through. There they are. And that might be out of the points now for Hulkenberg, possibly. Charles Leclerc boxes from the lead. And Ocon follows him in. Good stop for Leclerc. Ocon going onto hard tyres. Good stop for the Red Bull. Yeah, there's no way we're getting pit stop points if we can't get stops like that.
Copy. Yep, fine.
Giovinazzi's in again already. Valtteri's in. Kind of curious to see where he shakes out after the stops.
So Sainz as an example.
Van Dorn is in.
1.2.
Oh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be very tight. Look at this. Ooh.
Ready for you.
Tsunoda goes through, but he slots out in front of Hamilton and Hulkenberg. And Hulkenberg's going to have a look at the inside of Hamilton. And is Valtteri going to go immediately on the attack here against Tsunoda? Yes, he is. Tsunoda yet to stop. So Hulkenberg is a net P11 right now, outside of the points. So as it stands, Williams will finish in 8th place.
Okay, that's Sainz ahead.
Hamilton gets past Valtteri.
0.9.
Hulkenberg still can't get past Tsunoda.
Not to lose too much time.
How's the tyre?
Just a general note, picked up some vibration for the last lap.
It's not going to be long now, mate.
Yeah.
We are very close to our pit windows.
Car ahead is Sainz now. Let's go get him.
Do not want to let Russell get dropped.
0.9.
He's not going to get the DRS here, so I want to help him get the DRS in the next zone.
Recharge
He's not
on.
going to get it.
Understood.
Another yellow flag, and that is a crash or damage for Tsunoda. He's just
Could be a debris.
This
about
one
to
is
stop, I
involving
think.
Yuki Tsunoda. Barely any room to manoeuvre.
Oh, is that a collision with
Cars coming
Hulkenberg?
together right there.
Or is
A
that Van
bitter
Dorn?
blow too for more than one driver from the pack.
That was Hulkenberg. Has Hulkenberg got damage? Don't think he does. His tyres are okay. There's Lawson boxes. Tsunoda is in. No penalty given. Racing incidents.
And overtake is available.
Copy.
Recharge off.
Okay.
Two laps before we stop Ricciardo.
Gap 0.7. Still
Lawson down in
opportunities.
12th.
Tyre management, everything's good.
Well, Sainz is boxing this lap. It would be nice to get him if we can. Nope.
Okay, let's see if we can get past.
Charge the pack.
We're not going to catch back up with George, so I'm not going to kill what's left of his battery. Sainz is in.
We're boxing this lap.
Okay, understood. Box is flat.
Box.
Yes, box.
So we're currently sitting in 13th and 14th, although we do need to stop again. Gasly needs to stop again, but apart from that, and Fittipaldi needs to stop again, but everyone behind us, apart from that, should be going to the end now. So we are going to have to fight our way back up the order a little bit, but I think we'll be fine for getting our sponsor goals done. Leclerc's just comfortably been sitting out front. Champions drive. 3.5 seconds clear of Ocon still. Piastri third, Norris right behind him. The two McLarens are going to battle over the final podium spot by the look of it. They might yet catch Ocon, who knows. Hamilton up to 7th now behind Pourchaire.
Okay.
As Ricciardo peels into the pits. And Hamilton goes through into 6th. He should easily catch Giovinazzi, so it's probably going to be 5th, and that's it for Lewis tonight. Gasly has an issue.
Just let me know if everything is okay with the engine.
2.4 second stop. It's okay. Not going to be good enough points, unfortunately. So we're not going to be able to move up a rank in the DHL pit stop challenge. We're going to come out just behind Gasly, I think, or maybe just ahead. just ahead.
One 1.1. You've got Gasly behind.
Gasly's the car behind, 1.6.
There's 18 laps to go now. 18.
They're flat out.
Next car is Tsunoda.
Oh, and Teo needed to box. Okay, so Teo's in. That puts Bottas back up into 8th place.
Car behind is now
And this
Gasly.
will put Hulkenberg back up into the top 10. But
1.7.
he's on hards. Porsche on soft. So it's a decent start for Mercedes. He's going to come out behind Lawson, but should be pretty quick. Let's see what Lawson's doing. He is not lapping quick enough to catch Hulkenberg at the moment. In comes George. Give me a good stop, please. I said we were going to make a mistake tonight. Jesus, 6.2.
Apologies.
That's made it a little bit trickier for George now. But we've got the pace. There is Leclerc going through to lap us. So fuel, not an issue for George. Might yet be an issue for Ricardo.
Joe, car ahead. Gap 5.5.
And the problem in the pits now for
Car behind
Gasly
now
as
is
well.
Gasly.
Compounding
Gap behind
his
0.8.
car problem. You see the two McLarens squabbling behind us.
Coming.
Oscar goes through. I'd like to think that if he does join us next season, this won't be the last time for a while that he fights for a podium. But we shall see how our car shakes out with the regulation changes and how much research we've done against the AI.
Okay, keep looking after the tyre.
Okay.
So Leclerc's doing 125.8. More than quick enough to beat the cars in front of us.
Tyre temperatures look good.
Understood.
So I'm quite content to just keep the tyres in check and wait for him to catch us.
Yeah, roger.
And then try and use that extra grip to stay with him.
Okay.
Overtake available.
Understood.
Can I use the McLarens to catch back up? Might have left it a little bit too much here and probably a little too far ahead. Yeah, not too far ahead.
Tyres are just coming to the window.
Coming.
Good news is there's a 26-second gap between Piastri, 27-second gap between Piastri and Giovinazzi, so we're not likely to get blue flagged again now. Ricardo is actually still closing down on to Alonso, despite not really pushing very hard at the moment. That's excellent for us. Can we tag the back of the McLarens in the next DRS zone? That would be hugely helpful. And they've pretty much caught the back of Ocon. So we could yet have a little fight at the end of the race here for the podium. And they look like they're closing down Charlotte a little bit as well. Fittipaldi boxes, that's going to put us up to 18th. 17th with Ricciardo, and hopefully we'll get through with George as well. Just about caught the back of Piastri now.
So really look after these tyres.
Yeah, copy, all good.
Yep, we've overtaken Fittipaldi.
Yeah. Copy.
So hopefully we can just leave George here now. You can see he's closing in on Verstappen. That gap was 9 seconds a couple of laps ago. And now that we're onto the slipstream of Piastri, who's doing 125s. Yeah, we're lapping about a second a lap quicker than Max. So we'll hunt him down quickly enough. You can see Leclerc in the background there,
Car ahead of you is Alonso.
working his way through the traffic.
1.5.
He's past Verstappen, he's closing in on Zhou. That's another second lost for Max. And Piastri's really dropped off the pace, hasn't he?
Yeah, happy on temperatures, Daniel.
Understood.
There is Leclerc. And he puts the moves on Zhou. Through he goes. So we are the next car to be lapped. George actually fighting a little bit here with Oscar. That's not ideal.
We are happy with these tyres.
I lost the DRS. I'm not sure. It'll be tight. Ricciardo has caught Alonso and will make that move. We did lose the DRS. Can we get it back?
Oh, overtake.
Copy.
Yes.
Alright, copy that.
Don't. Damn it, George. Just want you to sit behind. Yeah, Piastri's not going to be contending for the podium. His pace has dropped off. Now he's out of the DRS. But we could yet still have a three-way fight for the win. It's less than 2 seconds to Ocon. Norris only just over a second behind Ocon as well. We are about to pull over and let Leclerc through.
We have blue flags.
And that happens before the DRS detection point, I think. So we should get DRS here. No, it didn't. Leclerc actually did manage to get the DRS, but we are close enough that we'll get it here. And now we should start to be able to hunt down Sainz pretty effectively. Stop misbehaving, George.
Take care.
Okay.
Gasly's fault escalates. Could we yet see a retirement?
Oh dear, that's not what they need right now.
Copy. Use overtake.
Okay.
Okay, to push.
Happy to start reducing that management.
We have a yellow flag. It's Van Dorn, I think, maybe?
So we've got a yellow flag coming up.
Yep,
Now
look
we
up for
can
Van
see
Dorn.
what happened.
Going into
Right,
the
we're down
chicane.
at turn 5.
It's turn 6.
Well, you can see the lockup, and they ended up their own passenger.
Charge the pack.
Copy.
Recharge on.
Okay.
Recharge on.
Understood.
We're actually hurting Leclerc here. And unfortunately, Ocon has closed right up. We're about to get blue flagged again for Ocon, I think.
Dash is correct for fuel. Consider slightly more lift and coast.
Okay, understood.
That's going to happen in a terrible place as well on the main straight.
So fuel unsafe.
Yeah, agree.
Not happened yet.
We have a blue flag.
Yeah, copy. Use overtake.
Understood.
I'm expecting us to get blue flagged for Ocon on this straight here. There we go. That's why I put the battery on, so that we can get that launch back up to speed quickly and try and get back onto the front two. It's going to be a two-car fight then for the win between Ocon and Leclerc. And Ocon immediately pounces and straight into the lead.
Okay, recharge on.
All right, we actually punched our way through, so let's keep going.
Available.
Copy.
Verstappen just ahead of yourself.
I had hoped that
Ahead 0.7.
we could follow Piastri straight through
Keep
on
your head
these
down.
two. Oh, Max has got a fault, and it's a big fault as well. It's immediately gone orange. His battery is playing up. It's going to cost him in his fight against Alonso. Alonso pulls over for the blue flag. We go around the outside of him. We can, and we've got a DRS run on Verstappen now.
Nice job.
And there we go. That is Max overtaken.
Solid work.
There's the blue flag. We're back behind Piastri again. Max has the DRS on us. We have the grip. He has a problem with his battery. Let's go back after Piastri. See if he can pull us onto Alonso. How's Ricciardo doing? He's not quite with them. He's not far off them. They are hunting down Sainz and Van Dorn. So George is where he needs to be at the moment, but I would prefer he was further up the field than that to be a little bit safer. Verstappen out of DRS range, chance for Zhou.
George, recommend we start bringing the battery back up.
Copy.
There we go, just 2 seconds behind Alonso now and closing quickly.
Copy.
Would like to get as high a finish as possible for Ricciardo in what could be his farewell race for us.
And 1.1. But we think there's still opportunities here.
Recharge on.
Okay, understood.
There we go, beautiful. Through on Alonso, still in the slipstream of Piastri.
Understood.
Nice work.
Ocon had trouble getting through the traffic. Leclerc's opened that gap back up again. Can we go late on the brakes up the inside? No, we can't. Evening, Tiny. How are you? As Alonso gets back in front of us.
Verstappen behind. So Verstappen 2 behind.
And recharge should be on.
Okay, understood. Honestly, I don't think we can do much more.
Plenty to play for.
The recharge on is good.
Understood.
5 laps to go.
Doing well.
Understood.
Doing well, thanks for asking. We're having a much better race tonight than we've had in the last couple of nights. Our car has been abysmal at the end of the season. But we actually have a little bit of pace. Not much more, but a little bit more pace here tonight.
Verstappen car behind. Gap 0.4. Overtake is available.
Okay.
P15.
Overtake available.
Hulkenberg is P10. Currently has a 3.2 second gap to Lawson. That point will put Aston ahead of Williams in the Constructors. We have 17th place, but it's not safe.
Yeah, he did get DRS.
Pack is low.
Okay, understood.
Recharge on.
Understood.
Use the pace now.
4 laps to go.
Okay, understood.
Let's go flat out.
Yeah, we just missed the DRS Sainz. We've got it here though.
Gap 0.8. He has DRS.
Yeah, got it.
And fuel is exactly where it needs to be. 1.8 for a kilo, 1.8 kilos for a lap. And we are 1.7 with being a lap down. So fuel is fine. Now I just need to make sure we've got battery to hold off Alonso and Verstappen at the end, and Fittipaldi and Joe. God, they're all there.
There are 3 laps to go.
2 laps to go.
Let's keep pushing up to cars ahead.
I'm a little worried I made a mistake here and drifted too far behind. But I've broken away from Alonso, so I'm going to trust that we've got enough. Yes, we did get the DRS, thank God for that.
Currently on target.
Missed it there because I can see Piastri's upping his pace. So that last, oh, we did just get it. Yeah, Piastri's pushed his pace. It's that last 2 laps push that the AA always does. And just about on the back of Sainz, who's still clinging onto the back of Ocon. The gap now has gone up to 3.5 seconds. Leclerc's going to win the final round of the season. Norris is going to take 3rd place ahead of his teammate. Hamilton is still not past Giovinazzi as they come round through the hotel section to start their final lap. I've got the DRS. Excellent. And I have left Alonso for dead. So we are looking like we are going to take 17th. Can I get another place?
Overtake available.
Yep, understood.
For Ricardo? Can I get him up into 14th? Didn't get the DRS, so no is the answer.
Okay, that's Sainz ahead. 1.1.
Not unless he makes a mistake.
No hop done.
We'll have overtake available.
Coming.
Hamilton is through, but there's another DRS zone to go. I don't think Norris has done enough to take 2nd place in the standings away from Lewis. It is a win for Charles Leclerc, win number 8. second in number of wins this year to Lewis, who had 9. Ocon will take second, Norris third. Piastri in fourth. Hamilton about to cross the line for 5th place, and I think that secures second in the driver's standings for him. I don't think Norris did enough. 15 points for Norris, 5 points for Hamilton, and we have a yellow flag somewhere on track. Someone run out of fuel? Yes, Giovinazzi has run out of fuel right across the line. And there you can see the checkered flag at the pit lane entrance there. So just Tsunoda left to cross the line. Where is he? There he comes round the final corner. And that is the end of Season 2. Now we have all the housekeeping that we have to do to get ready for Season 3 tomorrow. Not a bad result. 15th and 17th. Happy with that.
There was some masterful driving here from Esteban Ocon, and it's paid off.
This podium is something the whole team can be proud of. Excellent strategy and perfectly executed.
Pure elation there as the driver regroups with a team that worked so hard to see this moment. Out and onto the podium steps Charles Leclerc, the driver from Monaco, really deserving of that top 3 spot.
Taking their 8th win of the season, there's just no stopping them.
Hard to believe that's another one over. The season's ended, the party's just beginning, here in Abu Dhabi. Well, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling in the team garage at the end of that?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
And that then concludes our time here in Abu Dhabi.
And that's it for this season of Formula One. The teams will be working hard in the break, gearing up for another year of thrilling F1 action.
So then, confirmation of the result of the final round of Season 2. Charles Leclerc finishes the season with a win. Great way to celebrate winning the title last night. Ocon takes second, Norris in third, Piastri in fourth with the fastest lap with a bonus point there. Hamilton takes fifth, up 16 places from the back of the grid. Then it's Giovinazzi in sixth, seventh for Lance Stroll. Bottas gets eighth, ninth for Sergio Perez, and Nico Hülkenberg takes the final point and puts Aston Martin above Williams at the very end of the season. A little bit further down, Porsche in 11th, ended up 3 seconds behind, couldn't catch her in time. Then Lawson takes 12th, Tsunoda 13th, Sainz 14th, Ricciardo in 15th. Van Dorn had a poor race, down 7 places to finish in 16th. George in 17th, 18th for Alonso, 19th for Fittipaldi, 20th for Verstappen, 21st for Zhou, and a very distant 22nd for Pierre Gasly. Let's see then the final standings of the Drivers' Championship. Charles Leclerc, already confirmed champion. Ocon could not quite take second place away from Hamilton. Hamilton holds on by 2 points. So that final overtake on Giovinazzi was crucial for him. That just kept him ahead. If he hadn't been able to do that, actually, no, if he hadn't done that, he would have finished with 8 points. They'd have been tied, and he would still have been second because of the number of wins. But yeah, very, very close in the end there. Norris, 361. I was getting Norris and Ocon's points confused. Piastri finishes in fifth on 250 points. Giovinazzi a long way back on 146. Porsche finishes on an even ton, 100 points there, 4 ahead of Tsunoda. Perez is in 9th. Stroll in 10th. So Tsunoda beats his teammate Russell finishes in 11th place, 20 points clear of Carlos Sainz. Ricciardo in 13th, couldn't quite beat Sainz this year, but the car just wasn't there at the end of the year for us to be able to move him up a position or two. Hulkenberg ends with 16 points in 14th. Then it's Bottas up 2 places with 4 points there at the end to take 15th in the standings, ahead of Gasly, who had 12. Lawson drops down a place as well with 10 points. Then it's Verstappen with just 5 points. Difficult year for Max. 2 fastest laps, but 3 DNFs and a pretty poor car. He's been languishing at the back all year. Van Dorn in 19th place with just 2 points. I can see him getting fired from Aston and replaced. We'll see if that happens. Alonso in 20th, just 1 point for Alpine all season, and that was scored right at the beginning of the year by Alonso. Then it's Zhou in 21st, and Enzo Fittipaldi finishes in 22nd. The final constructor standings, Ferrari confirmed as champions a few races ago on 875 points now. McLaren in second with 611. Red Bull third with 557. RB fourth with 188 points. No points for Mercedes. They stay on 154. No points for us. We stay sixth on 124. Haas do get a couple of points, but we finish 20 points ahead of them there. And Aston Martin up 1 place and 1 point higher than Williams into 8th place at the very end of the season there. Williams down into 9th, 17 points. That will do them the power of good in terms of extra hours for development next season, but a little bit less prize money. And if Max is still there and Williams have done good research, he could be a threat again next year. He could be a real threat next year. Sauber finish in 10th with 13 points and Alpine 11th, just that single solitary point many, many races ago. In the pit stop competition, we weren't even close. 2.29, the slowest of the top 10s. Our best stop was a 2.42. So, yeah, a long way off, which means we will finish the season in 7th. That's better than last year. It's a little bit of extra cash for us, but I was hoping we could maybe get a little higher than that. We couldn't beat Alpine in the end, but we did hold off RB. So, yeah, too disgruntled with 7th there. And we get our full sponsor payout of $795,832 for the final time this year. Hopefully we can start getting bigger rewards next season. And no contract bonus for Ricciardo either. So we get the full amount. Back to HQ we go. Tour Centre refurb is done. We will now get our maximum payout there. We're up to 5.8, just under 5.9 million. We're not spending any more money. So we're going to carry that money across to the end of the season. Let's see. Kimi Antonelli wins the F2 Championship by 4 points from Bortoleto. Victor Martin is in 3rd place. Then it's Paul Aaron 4th, ahead of Dennis Hauger, Ritomo Miata, Zach O'Sullivan, Dino Beganovic in 8th, Gabriele Mini in 9th, 10th for Franco Colapinto, 11th for Arvind Lindblad. That is quite a high position for him. That's a good season for him. Monica Almeida, our former reserve driver who left us at the end of the season to go to Ferrari, finishes 12th. Then it's Roman Staniak from Maloney, Barnard, Bashir, Hajar, all the way down in 17th. What happened to him this year? Pepe Marti in 18th, Kushmaini in 19th, Luke Browning in 20th, Tim Tramnitz in 21st with 3 points, Jack Crawford, no points in 22nd. And there is another little shot of the final standing to see us there in 6th place. Let's see what the board thought of that race. They were satisfied. Race performance has dropped from delighted to happy, but it's good enough. We still have high confidence. They are delighted with the objective, which we have achieved. We have finished higher than 8th, so we finished in 6th. That's excellent. We completed our long-term objective as well, so we're getting the 1.5 mil high performance or the high confidence bonus from the board at the end of the year. That is excellent news because, again, we need the money. And let's advance time now. Just waiting to hear from Oscar, see if he wants to come join us. That might nibble away a little bit of our cash, but it would be worth it if we do get it. The front wing research is done. We are not going to get another part done in 21 days. So we will continue to advance time. Oh, is this the response? Is this the response from Oscar? It is, and he's accepted the terms. We're offering him a lot, 20 million on a 5-year deal to start next season. But Daniel Ricciardo will be leaving us. Oscar Piastri is going to be driving for us next season. He has been my target driver since we started this file, and we now have him for season 3 alongside George. That is going to be a really potent lineup if we can get a good car, or even a half decent car. Then we will be competitive next year. How competitive remains to be seen. Christian Mansell's rating goes up to a 70 overall. Excellent stuff. There is our staff there, all grumbling about the performance of the car. Well, hopefully they've done their jobs and given us something to work with next season. The wind tunnel refurb is done, ready for next year, as is the suspension simulator. So they will be at full spec for level 1. It's still at level 1, but they'll be at full functionality for the new season, which is excellent. What is the contract response needed? We've already... we haven't hired him, apparently. There we go. Whew. Panicking for a second then. It's like, why hasn't he signed? There we go. So Oscar Piastri will be replacing Ricciardo next season, dropping one Aussie for a younger, quicker Aussie. Aurelien Pallier has gone up by an overall rating point as well. So that is excellent in terms of our prep for next season. Andrea Stella is like, you signed my driver. I'm curious as to who is going to replace Oscar next season. We won't find out until tomorrow. Oh, come on. Yeah, shut it down for 5 days. It's only 50k. I can just about get away with that. 3 more research projects about to finish. At least it will be resolved, hopefully, before the end of the year. That's the suspension done, the side pods done, and the chassis done. There we go. That's it. That's all of our research done now for next season. It's going to cost us another 60 grand, but it's fixed. So 110 grand overall. That's not too bad. Marathon, not a sprint. We failed the season engagement target. Only just. That's probably because one of our drivers dipped slightly. No mandatory activities. Team marketability has gone down by a point. Why is Lumiura disappointed? Okay. DHL prize money coming through. 4.4 mil. I was hoping it would be a bit more than that, but it's 4.4 mil. We can't be too grumbly about that. Aurelien Pallier's confidence says low, but it's not, so I'll ignore that. It's always as low. High confidence from the board remains unchanged. Excellent news. 13th overall this year for Daniel Ricciardo with 50 points. 11th overall this year for George Russell with 74 points. And team 6th in the Constructors with 124 points. Our team rating has gone up. There you see, our team principal rating has gone up to 650 now, another 200-point gain. Our Constructors rating has gone from 213 to 358. Our Heritage has gone up by a point, because we've been in for a season now. And our team rating has gone from 283 to 377. Very nice. There is the extra 1.5 mil from the board. Thank you very much for that. So we have just under 5 mil in the bank. That's not much, is it? Let's save. So we've got a backup. And now we will load that backup save so that we can see the full extent of our research. So these are the regulation changes. As you can see, massive changes. Not only is it 60 and 50% losses across every part, but on top of that, we are also reducing the number of engines, gearboxes, and ERS by 1 across the board. Not looking forward to going down to just 3 engines and 2 ERS units. Gearboxes, I think we'll be okay if we're careful. But what's going to make that even tougher, especially on the engine side, is that engine cooling on the chassis is going down by 60%. On the side pods, it's going down by 60%. Engines are going to take a lot of thermal punishment next season. A lot of punishment. And that is the end of Season 2. Let's take a quick look at how we did go through our race results. So, our season started with not a great race in Sakir. We were 17th and 18th, quite a way off the pace. But the season started to come good after a while. You see, Jeddah, we were 13th and 16th. Definite little bit of a step forward. Melbourne was a horrible race for us, for Ricciardo. 20th for him. But George did get us our first point there in 10th place. Then we went to Suzuka. And we just missed out on points again with George in 11th place. 16th for Ricciardo. China, the first sprint race of the season. We got 10th and 11th in the sprint, so no points from the sprint. But we did get 8th place with George and 7th place with Ricciardo, who also got the fastest lap as well. So we came out of that race with 11 points. That was huge for us there. And that really kick-started our season. Into Miami, again, another sprint weekend. We were 8th in the sprint with Ricciardo for an extra point, 13th for George. And then come race day, 8th again for Ricciardo for another 4 points, 11th for George. Moving to Imola, not the best of races for us. We were 12th with the fastest lap, but it wasn't a great race for Ricciardo, unfortunately. Ricciardo finishing down in 15th. Didn't qualify well, had a bit of a rough race as well. Couldn't make that many places up. After that, we went to Monaco. 9th place in the end for George Russell. I think we were 11th or 12th, weren't we? With, oh no, where were we? Was it a retirement? It was a retirement for Ricciardo. Our first retirement of the season was Monaco. After that, we went to Canada. 15th place for Ricciardo. But 7th place for George. Another 6 points earned there. which again was really, really good for us. Barcelona, we did well in Barcelona. Both cars getting in the points. Another fastest lap for us as well. 7th for George, 9th for Ricciardo. Then Spielberg, the Red Bull Ring. We just missed out on a point in the sprint. 9th for Ricciardo, but 6th and 7th in the race, and another fastest lap. So another 15 points for us there in Austria. Silverstone, 8th and 9th, and another fastest lap, so another 7 points earned in Silverstone. And then Budapest, 8th and 9th, another fastest lap, so another 7 points there. Spa was where things started to go a little bit wrong for us. 6th for Ricciardo in the race, but a retirement for George. And Zandvoort wasn't amazing for us. We had 11th with George, and we were 13th with Ricciardo. Our first race with no points for a while. After that, we went to Monza. Monza was a really good, competitive race for us. We were able to hang on to the slipstream quite nicely. We got 7th with Ricciardo for 6 points, 10th for George. After that was Baku. We got 4th with George, which was a superb result. Really, really pleased with that. I think Ricciardo retired. Yes, he did. Second retirement of the season for Ricciardo. After that was Singapore, and Singapore was an utter disaster for us. Ricciardo retiring. George, I think, managed to get some points. He got 6th and the fastest lap. Not a complete disaster, but our season was starting to struggle by this point. We only just had enough pace to get the points in Austin. 9th and 10th. We got 7th in the sprint, and that was the last really, really convincing performance we had. Mexico, we got 6th and 7th, but we were very lucky because it was a chaotic race. We didn't really have the pace for those points. We didn't deserve that many points. And we found out just how much our pace had dropped off when we went to Brazil. In the sprint, it was 10th place for Ricciardo, 13th for George, which wasn't too bad, but we always do well in the sprint. 16th and 17th in the race, and lapped as well. Vegas, not a great race for us either. 13th and 16th. Again, nowhere near the points. Losail, the sprint, 16th and 18th in the sprint. Our pace had well and truly dissolved by this point. 16th and 21st in the race. George had an absolute nightmare. And then the race we've just had, 15th and 17th in Abu Dhabi. You can see how we dramatically dropped off in those last four races. It would have been 5 races had it not been for the chaos in the wet in Mexico, which allowed us to sneak points we weren't really entitled to. In the F3 standings, our drivers had a bit of a mixed season. Christian winning the championship and very comfortably. Tommy not having a great season, finishing down in 9th, but at least he scored a decent amount of points with 80 points. And Jack obviously not in competition because he is just a straight reserve driver now. He's not in F2 anymore. So that is a quick sort of review of our season. I think it was a very, very good season. Just a shame we fell off so dramatically at the end there. Would have been nice to have been able to keep that going all the way through to the end of the year, but I will absolutely take it. I wish we had a little bit more cash to take into next year. We'll have to settle for the 4.9 mil. It's not much. We will have sponsor money to come early in the month of January, I think. It's not going to show us yet until we actually get there. But we will have a sponsor payment due somewhere, I think, in this first couple of weeks, which will give us a bit more cash, and then we'll have to choose our sponsors for next season. So that will give us the opportunity to get an upfront payment as well, if we need to. I'm really curious as to where our car is going to sit on the grid with all those regulation changes. I'm curious to see what's going to happen at McLaren. Who is going to replace Oscar Piastri? Will Ricciardo go back to McLaren and partner up with Norris again? Will he go somewhere else? will Max be bought out of his contract at Williams and go somewhere else? Will Williams actually be a good car next year? So many questions to be answered. And if you want to know the answers, you'll have to come back tomorrow at the usual time of 8 o'clock in the evening here in the UK for the start of round 3. Do hope you have enjoyed tonight's race. If you have, please do drop a like. If you're not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel as well. There's loads of content for you to check out in F1 Manager. We've been playing since F1 Manager 22, so you've got multiple seasons across each game for you to check out if you want to go back and look at some of the older stuff. There's also a load of other games on the channel as well. Don't forget, there is also the new Empire of Ants series that is running every day at the moment around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Each episode goes live. Another episode goes live tomorrow, and I will be recording some more footage for that over the weekend. I will be on Twitch again with Porsche on Saturday, so hopefully I'll see you there as well. But if not, I definitely look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the start of Season 3. That's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with more F1 Manager very soon.